Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing a play review of Jordan De Goey, and he sort of sparked a little bit of interest as he's priced at 700k. He should get that almost pure midfield role, and how I think he is being overrated by some as a potential underpriced premium. I just don't think it's there, and I'll go through the reasons for that. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, as this channel is growing pretty well. We're getting some good views and such, and hopefully we can get that throughout the starter of this season, and I can bring out more content that you guys want, such as this Jordan De Goey. I'll post some more polls to see what you guys want, and we'll go from there. So if I switch you over to this screen here, you'll see Jordan De Goey currently sits 4.9% ownership and 700k. So if we look, he is priced at an average of 79 from last year, and he averaged 81 in his last three, 86% time on ground, a season high of 107 and a low of 37. And if we look here, you'll see that he misses quite a few games through injury, it looks like, which is a starter point for not picking him. He missed a game there. So in 2021 he only played 8. Wow, that's starting to glitch out. We'll move over to here. So 2021 he missed one game here, and then 2020 he missed a bunch of games, I'm guessing through injury. 2019 he missed a bunch of games as well, and then 2018 missed some games as well. And you can see here that it seems like his average is holding around that 79 to 85 range or so throughout, basically, or even just 75 to 85 since 2016, sorry. And so you haven't really seen growth in him, and obviously he's gone probably an increase to CBAs, which we'll go into in a second, but which means that he should be getting more of the ball. But one problem I have with Jordan De Goey, if we look over here and we go back to the stats that actually work here, we go over here and we look at his marks and tackles, and like I said in a video, I believe 3 or 4 days ago, there's a stat where it seems like premium midfielders almost need to have 8.5 tackles and marks combined, as in over 8.5 tackles and marks gets you to that 100 score or around there. And for Jordan De Goey, we're really looking for him to be able to get to close enough to that 100 score, and it's pretty hard for him to get there, especially considering he has 98 marks and tackles combined in 16 games, is 6 per game, which is pretty low. And I don't think it's going to improve with Collingwood's such fast, rampant pace. I don't think that'll improve. The year before, he had, in 20 games, he had 146, which is 7.3. And then in 8 games the year before that, he had only 32, which is 4 a game. So he's constantly always below the number. 16 games the year before that, he had 114, and that's 7 something, 6 and a bit, something like that, 7 I think. So he's just over 7. So he's just not good enough there. So now if we go over to here, you'll see 2021 statistics. So we'll go back to 2020 just to see the start. So in 2020 he had 39% average and had rounds 1, 2, and 3 where he had good 2020 good score output. So if we go over here and you see rounds 1, 2, and 3 of, was that 2020 again? 2020, yes, he didn't score well in the midfield, so he didn't get pretty much any good CBAs for the rest of the season. He was also out injured. So go to 2021, and I want to look from round 16 to round 23, or around 11 to round 23, and just look and see if he's had any good scoring round. So Jordan De Goey here had decent run of it in the middle and had pretty good scoring. Didn't score well 16, 17, 18. And if we look at it, 2021 didn't play 14 or 15. Yeah. and didn't score well actually in the outside of the middle, and then had round 20 where he had a good game here against the Eagles. And I just want to look back, tracking back over to this website and look, does this have the Eagles game, or is it not gonna load properly? Let me just check this. 2021 match stats. It doesn't seem to want to load properly as he played the Eagles in round 20, so that's not going to load properly. So we'll have to go to 2022 and look at the stats there and see if anything lines up. So 2022, you'll see he scored well in rounds 1, round 5 only, and they were 100 scores. And then if we go to 2021, rounds 1 and rounds 5, so he scored. And then I also want to look at rounds 23 and 24. 23, he scored 63 with 92% CBAs. So if you actually look at it, the increase in CBAs, it doesn't seem to really help Jordan De Goey that well. He has his scoring isn't really that well correlated to the CBAs that he's getting. If we look here, and then we also look at the stats here. So that game, when did he scored 107 in round 1 last year. So if we look at 2022 last year, and he only did it with 5 marks and 2 tackles, and he had 2 goals in the game. And then you look at this game, he had 4 goals. Any other big performances, a goal there. Any other 90s, another goal there. But he never, when he scores well, he doesn't actually score well using getting tackles and marks. And that's the big problem I have against Jordan De Goey, and that's why I think it's better to go with other guys around that 700, 750k in Sarong, Green, Rowbottom, Warner. Even if you wanted to put Errol Goulden but in the midfield, you could do that. And that's the reason why I think Jordan De Goey probably isn't the best option out there. So that's that video done there in saying that Jordan De Goey, in my opinion, shouldn't be in the midfield for you guys. I think there's better, even just going up and getting Mitchell's probably a better option, as Jordan De Goey only really has 5-10 points of upside there at that price, whereas looking at the likes of Tom Green for a comparison, player overview, last year he has a upside of potentially, even though he's another like 50 grand, he has potentially 15 points there, 20 points there if he just gets the disposals as he can. If we look at his stats here, he has in 21 games he has 97, 147. So he's sitting at 7 a game in terms of tackles and marks. And the year before that, he sat at 105 in 17 games. So he's sort of similar to De Goey, but he's a much younger player. So and I think he's going to take that jump up again. So as he takes more and more time, as he takes a bigger role, I guess, in the GWS team. So that's why I think he's a much better option than the likes of Jordan De Goey. And Jordan De Goey probably has a worse injury record as well as suspensions. So you have to factor that in as well. So that's the reason for all of those, I guess. That's the reason why I would go against Jordan De Goey, and why he probably shouldn't even be sitting at 4.9. He probably should be sitting around 2% as a more player of difference than the likes of like Petrarca's only a percentage higher than him, and I think he's a much better pick, even though he's a different price range. But that's the reason why I don't think why Jordan De Goey should be anywhere near your teams. And I guess that's the video there, and I'll see you guys in another video. See you guys. Goodbye.